Debbie with Taylor by Debbie. Today I'm going to show you how you can make yourself a tiered tray for much less than it would cost you to buy one pre-made in the store. And what we're using today is these wood round surfaces from the Dollar Tree. It's 11 inches in diameter and it's $3. Then I also have this wood round, kind of like a container tray that came from the Dollar Tree Plus for $3. And then I got this candle holder from Hobby Lobby when it was 90% off at the end of fall season last year. Now these were regularly $20 and I got it for 90% off, so it was $2. And it has a metal candle holder on top and then solid wood base on the bottom. And y'all, a lot of these candle holders just unscrew. So the first thing we're going to do is unscrew this metal top, and we're going to save that because I'm sure we can use that for another craft. Okay, but you see how this kind of has a chippy finish? Well, we're going to duplicate that over here on our wood pieces. So the first thing we're going to do is give it a dark undercoat, and I'm just using my Waverly antique wax, and we're going to put a coat of that on using a baby wipe onto the wood round and onto our other wood surface. Okay, baby wipes make it really easy to apply the stains when you're creating, and it's something you can just throw away. So we're just going to stain these, and we'll want to stain the front and the back. So I'm going to speed up the video and then I'll come back when I have this part done. Okay, once you have the front stained, turn it over, and we're going to need to remove these wall hangers that are on the back, and you just need a Phillips head screwdriver. And next I'm going to stain the back of this one, and then we'll stain the entire front and back of our other wood round tray. Dry, we're going to take our white Waverly white chalk paint and we are going to paint it. But first, in order to get this chippy look like is on our candlestick, we're going to take some wax from a votive candle and we're going to rub the wax in various places on our wood, so that after we paint it with our white chalk paint, we can take a scraper and scrape that off and have some of that wood showing through. So I want some on the edges of it too. Okay, just gonna randomly put some wax here and there just by rubbing it on, y'all. Okay. And I'm even going to do a little bit of chippy on the bottom, so if it gets turned over, it'll look cohesive all the way around. So we are covering the stain with chalk paint, so you don't have to make sure that your stain, you know, is super duper even and all that, because it's going to be painted over anyway. Okay, now we're going to take our Waverly white chalk paint, and let me get a brush here. I'm going to get some paper towels and dry it off, because I don't really want this paintbrush wet as I'm applying my white chalk paint to our surface here. And now we're just going to paint a good thick coat of the Waverly white chalk paint. And I'll speed up the video, and when I'm done, I'll come right back. One more coat on this side to have full coverage just on that top surface. Go ahead and stick that down in there. Okay. Have full coverage of that base white color on the top. Turn it upside down and paint the bottom of this one. Okay, now we're going to put this one aside and let it continue to dry. And while that's drying, we're going to take our first one, and you will need some type of scraper. And I bought this one at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. You'll just need some kind of a, metal scraper. And what you're gonna do, you're just gonna take the scraper and you're gonna go across the wood, and where you put the candle wax, it's gonna chip off and give it a nice antique-y kind of chippy look, which is what we're going for in this project. Okay, you can scrape as much or little as you want. But wherever that wax was, it really scrapes off easily. Makes it so much easier for the paint to scrape off. Okay. Okay, and I'm liking the way this is looking. Okay, I'm just going to kind of scrape around the edge, because we did put a little bit of wax on the edges going around here and there. Okay. So we're going to scrape a little bit of that off as well. See how easy that comes off, y'all? I'm barely bearing down with this scraper. Okay. Now I'm going to take a fine grit sandpaper. It's 150 grit. And I'm just going to sand over it lightly to get any rough spots off. Okay. Look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? Okay, we're going to do the back now. Underside. Even though this is going to be upside down on the table, we put some wax back here, so let's chippy it up too. I didn't put as much on the back as I did everywhere else. We're just going to chippy it up just by scraping. And then we're going to take our sandpaper, sand it lightly, and we only put one coat on the bottom, so it wasn't as thick, and when the paint is not as thick, it's not going to chip as much as where you have put a double coat of paint. But there's our first piece. Set that aside. We're going to put a second coat here on the inside bottom part. Okay. It's because the thicker paint tends to chip better when you have a couple coats instead of just one. Plus we get better coverage for our base color, our white base color, because our candlestick has a good base on it, and we want to kind of match that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put a top coat on all of this. I'll speed up the video and come right back. Okay, now that it's dry, we're going to take our scraper again, and we're going to scrape it just like we did on our first wood piece here. Okay, just going to take it and put it flat down on the surface and just start scraping it back and forth. It doesn't matter which direction you go, forward or backwards, but do try to scrape, you know, like front to back and not go that way as well. So all your little chippies are kind of going in the same direction. Oh yeah, that's so cute. I love it. All right, let's go around the top. And wherever we put that wax, it's going to chip right off easily. Okay. Let me get this stuff up off my table here somewhat. Into our trash. Okay, now we're going to take that 150 grit sandpaper and just sand our surface in the same direction that we were scraping. Okay, now we want to turn it on the side, and you want to scrape the interior of it too, okay? Now, see how our surfaces are looking like they match now? Let's go ahead and do the outside. Okay, y'all, once you have all your pieces chipped, sanded, then you want to take a microfiber cloth and just wipe them off to make sure you have all the loose debris or dust off of your piece. Your pieces of wood here. Okay. Just going to give it a good rubbing down with a microfiber cloth. Next, we're going to take two different types of glue. I like to use a permanent glue, and my favorite is Gorilla Wood Glue when I'm working with wood products. This does not dry clear though. The formula that I have, it dries kind of a cream color, so you want to make sure you don't get it too close to the edge where it'll seep out, because you will see it. And then I'm also going to use some hot glue for immediate hold while we're waiting for the Gorilla Glue to dry completely. All right, now to when we get ready to glue, we're going to use our Gorilla Glue in the center part, and I'm going to put a generous amount of the Gorilla Glue because that's going to be what gives us our permanent hold. Again, I don't want to get it too close to the edges, so I'm putting this in the center part. I'm going to kind of spread it out just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to take my hot glue and we're going to put that around the edges for immediate hold. But I don't really want this seeping out either, so I'm going to put it in a little bit as well. Okay, now you know with hot glue you got to work fast or it'll set up and get hard on you. So you just want to make sure you get this in the center as much as you can, and you have just a few seconds there to adjust it. But here we've got the base and our riser piece, which is our candle holder, attached. Okay, and I'm just going to press down there Make sure that hot glue sets good and flat. And that's on there good now, y'all. Okay, then for the center part, we're gonna put some of our wood glue in the center here. And that'll be our permanent hold. Okay. And then our hot glue, once we put it on, we're gonna have to work really fast so it doesn't harden on us. Because if it hardens on us, it won't set up. Okay, and I've got the center marked. I'm just gonna look at it, make sure I've got this turned the way I want it, and then I'm gonna push it down. Okay. All right, y'all, I am gonna add some feet, and I'm gonna just use some little wood beads, and these came off of those wood round beaded wreaths from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just gonna use hot glue and glue 4 of these on. Just trying to evenly space them around the edges, just to raise it up just a little bit. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you will give this a try. If you do, please tag me in a photo so I can see how yours turned out. Like and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment down below. Y'all, click that bell so you will know when I put out a new video. You'll be the first to know. And thank you again for watching. I hope y'all have a very blessed day.